What's up, friends? Welcome or welcome back to 9 3/4. It's Carissa here, and I'm so excited to be doing another reading. Disclaimer, I want to say please beware of scammers out there. I will never DM you to solicit you for a personal reading. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can do so by emailing me with this email on the screen. I will have it linked down below in the description box as always as well. And yeah, these are my only social media accounts, also linked in the description as well. So keep yourselves safe, please. And thank you so much for all the love and support that you give me. I appreciate you all so much. And yeah, so thank you, as always. And also want to point out, if you guys are interested in joining the Patreon fam, the magical fam over there, I'm going to be doing a group ritual over there for like success, any kind of like road opening type of things. If you have been experiencing blockages in your life, things like that, I'm going to be doing a group ritual there, and it will be a Patreon exclusive. I do want to be more active there as well, and just doing more things that I'm able to, I guess, better serve there, if that makes sense. So if you're interested in joining, the Patreon is always linked in the description box. I'll be happy to have you there, and joining us there. And thank you guys so much if you're a part of the fam there. I love you guys. I love you nonetheless if you're here with me. So thank you. One more disclaimer. I'm sorry. So sorry. If you hear any coughing or sneezing, sniffles in the background, my daughter is homesick again. I know. I feel like every time I film, she's homesick. She is susceptible to getting sick. She's 5, so it happens, you know? And it's life. So here I am. Thank you for your patience and grace, and I love you guys. So, yes, getting into the reading, I wanted to do something fun. Past, present, and future on higher self. So, I wrote out a little itinerary, if you will, if we'll call it that, sure. I apologize for the ugly handwriting. We're going to look at what your past wants you to let go of, what your present wants you to know, the energy of your higher self, what your future wants you to know, and then finish off with love and guidance from your higher self. So that's what's on the menu for tonight's reading, guys. As always, this is a timeless reading, so when you find it, it is meant for you when you find it, and it is general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And diving in, because my arm's getting sore holding this light, it will disappear, unfortunately, because I don't have a stand that is permanent for it. I want to highlight this beautiful crystal here that is very hard to see without the light, as you can see. So, pile 1, you have this beautiful Ocean Jasper Octo. Pile 2, you have this Howlite snake. Also very beautiful. Pile 3, you have this beautiful Druzy Agate ghosty, which I'll show you the back as well. And as usual, you guys can pause the video here and take all the time you need to choose a pile that you feel drawn to the most. The timestamps will be dropped down below in the description box, and I will meet you at your reading. What's up, pile 1? Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Ocean Jasper Octopus, I'm going to leave him right over here so you can still see him. And we're going to dive into your past, present, future reading. So I thought this was a cool concept, kind of because this is a timeless reading, but if you can tell by the nails, we're filming this around the holiday season, and I was inspired by, the Scrooge movie, and just how he's visited by the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. And I thought, what a great reading. And I don't think I've done one on the channel just yet. At least I don't feel like I did. Not all in one bout. So going forward, let's go ahead and reveal these cards. So I have one card here to represent your past, like what your past is. Oh, I have it like laid out funny there. Past, your present, your higher self, and your future. So there you have it. Okay. And alrighty, let's get into the reading. Okay, so I have the past. What does your past want you to let go of? And we have guilt here. And we have, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. And I feel like, pile one, we need to kind of take this one step at a time because there's a lot to unpack here. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. So let's take this one step at a time. And I just realized I left my tarot deck. So 1 second. All right, guys. Let's give this a little shuffle here. Yeah, with this guilt, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So pile one, I feel like you guys may hold on to things that are kind of keeping you from, or hindering you from moving forward, hindering you from progressing or succeeding in a certain area of your life. And while this doesn't necessarily have to pertain to your career, it definitely could, you know, for sure. But this could also pertain to your love life, you know, things like that. It could be things that you hold yourself accountable for, or like feel like you put a blame on yourself in terms of like, you know, something was your fault and you hold on to all of this guilt. And therefore you have this lack of passion in a certain area of your life. Or you feel like you can't be social in a certain aspect. And I feel like that because like the orange here is making me think of the sacral chakra, which has a lot to do with that area of your life, you know, passion, creativity, your sexuality, sociability, things like that, in which we can be blocked in those areas, you know, not feel so excited about certain things, or in our, you know, those intimate areas of our life. And even just being creative, you know, feeling those blocks in our creativity and not feeling like excited about things that we used to feel excited about or should be feeling excited about, because that's something that we are normally passionate about, and like hitting roadblocks. And I'm being reminded of times where like I love doing readings for you guys. I absolutely love being here, doing readings for you, fueling my channel, you know, being here for you all. And there are so many times in which I feel completely blocked creatively, in which I have no idea what kind of reading I'm going to bring to you guys, you know. And that's because I'm feeling like a sacral chakra block. I feel like, you know, there's something that needs to be worked out there. And so sometimes we need to find things or step outside of the box, in which, you know, what can we do to bring ourselves that pleasure and that passion. When I say pleasure, I don't necessarily mean it has to be sex or something like that, you know. It can definitely be anything. And I hope that when you're watching this, you're at least 18. So just want to put that out there. But definitely like things that bring you absolute pure joy, you know, things that make you have fun and really spark and ignite that fire inside you, like what lights your soul on fire. And that's really going to ignite the passion, the creativity, that aspect that makes you want to be like, okay, this is what I have. And you know, that like really ignites that joy and that excitement and that creativity, in which that gets you going, you know, that flame inside of you. And so what I feel like your past wants you to let go of is any guilt, in which maybe you felt like there was some failure before. What do we have here? The King of Pentacles reversed. You couldn't, maybe there was something in which you could not get off the ground, you know. The Queen of Swords coming out as well. Oh, we're going to take this reversed. I need another. Can you clarify this guilt card? Four of Wands. This definitely could be in a relationship aspect for some of you. Again, not necessarily romance, but for a lot of you, this could be. Ooh. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like there was a time in your life in which, and again, it does not have to be romantic, but it definitely could apply romantically for a lot of you, in which, you know, you and your person or your partner, this could be a business partner or someone that you were working closely with, just couldn't not get things, you know, despite all the work and efforts that you put forth in your relationship, the spark died out and there was a guilt inside of you because maybe you didn't put enough effort in. Maybe you didn't stick it out long enough. Maybe you weren't patient enough. Maybe you expected it to happen and take off a lot faster than it did, and you hold on a lot of guilt, when really, like, you need to let go of those beliefs that it was something that you did, when in fact it was the both of you. You know, good things fall apart so that better things can come together, and you need to recognize that certain things don't work out because it's for your betterment, for your protection. And while we have this Four of Wands here, like, you might have felt like this was your greatest love ever, or your greatest opportunity ever, but really it was a lesson for you to learn, and it could have definitely been a soul connection. It could have definitely been something that was meaningful in your life for a reason. And we have many soulmates that come into our lives for different reasons. For some of you, this could be twin flame, in which that is for you to decipher. But I do feel like with the Nine of Pentacles at the back, that this also brought you a lot of independence and abundance, and teaching you a lesson as to how to achieve such things. And I think that this was about you learning how to grow and step into your own person, how to wake up and realize, like, you are someone all on your own without someone else to lean into. And you need to start letting go of things like, maybe I also figure like this other person who had a lot to do with this, their life maybe did not turn out as well as yours did, and you hold a lot of guilt for that, like maybe it was your fault, when really it is not your fault at all. What they did after that is all on them. Like, you have no control on that. Like, that is their choices. They made their bed and that is it. It has nothing to do with you and the things that you did. It's on them. And like, you need to let go of that. You need to recognize, like, you cannot dim your light so that someone else can shine brighter. It's not about that. That's not how the world works. You know what I mean? And I feel like if anybody makes you feel that way, makes you feel guilty, and makes you feel like you need to be like that, you need to dull your color, you need to dull your light and dim your light for them to shine more, that's a them problem, not a you problem. Okay? And I feel like that is what your past really wants you to let go of, is any type of guilt or feeling like you're doing too much or you are too much for other people. No, they need to go find less if that's the case. And I feel like you need to let go of those people in your life, let go of those thought patterns and those beliefs, and it's time for you to level up. And which I need to reveal this present card here. The last chapter, write your own story, closure, resolution, forgiveness. Yeah. We are closing the last chapter of that story, and you're rewriting a whole new book for your life right now. And I feel like you're stepping into that era. And we are going to draw cards, but I do want to lead into this. You always tend to be my guinea pig group, not going to lie. Your higher self energy is the golden egg. Oof, amazing energy, pile one. With that being said, that you're the golden egg, this represents your heart chakra, pile one. And I feel like this is all about you having this sense of gratitude and opening up your heart space and really being vulnerable with yourself and allowing yourself to just be you. Step into your authentic self and allow that to shine. Like, really shine. Do not dull that spark. Do not dull that light of yours just because someone makes you feel some sort of way. Like, makes you feel guilty about making them feel small. Like, no, you're not deliberately doing something malicious or evil or negative to make someone feel small. You are just being you. You are triggering people because you are stepping into your power and your light, But is that a negative and malicious thing? No, absolutely not. And I think you need to recognize that because someone else feels inferior to you, that is not something that you have to hold responsibility for or feel like you need to be smaller or shrink yourself down for. I feel like this is about you letting go of that guilt and feeling like you are stepping on people's toes because you're growing too fast. Like, no. Would you, like, let's say, for example, if you had a, like, child or even just a sibling, okay, who was younger than you, who was leveling up really fast and doing great things, would you ever tell them, like, you need to stop doing that because you're outshining everybody in your class? No, never, 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 ever. Absolutely not. And the same goes for you. Do not tell yourself to shrink down small. You keep shining. You keep being you because you're not doing anything maliciously evil. And I feel like you need that reassurance to know, like, as long as you are acting from your heart space, being you, the things that are triggering for other people, that's on them. That's things that they need to work out for themselves and not you. Okay? This is about you writing your own story and being the creator for your own life, and only you can do that, pile one. What does pile one's present want them to know? Oh, that's a lot of cards. We have the Seven of Cups reversed on the Nine of Swords reversed. Yeah, you've spent a lot of sleepless nights up wondering, like, if you were the reason, if you were the problem, when really, like, no, it's them, dude. Let go of those delusions and having people feel that you are the problem, when in fact it is them. It's time for you to go and attain the things that you desire because you deserve them. The Fool, one more please. And we have the Two of Cups reversed, and the back of your deck we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so I feel like your present really wants you to know, like, you are, it's time to shed that skin of you feeling that guilt, right? Stepping into this energy of taking that leap of faith on yourself. My dog is like growling. It's time for you to, like, let go of the people who make you feel like you need to shrink down, because clearly they don't have your best interests at heart. They don't want you to attain all the things that you want. They want to keep you small. They want to keep you shrunken down with them. And that's a red flag right there, pile one. They are not the right people for you. As much as you would like them to be, they are not the right people for you. And it's time for you to let them go. It's time for you to say goodbye and close the door. You've put too much time and energy into those people, and it's time for you to take that energy back and put it forth towards people who actually are deserving of it. I feel like you need to put up those boundaries and say, no, it's fine. You know? Let go of the guilt and start pouring into things that are actually meant for your energy, and know that it is okay for you to move forward without these people. You're not abandoning them by any means. No, you are simply moving at a much faster rate, and quite honestly, these people are not deserving of your energy because they don't give two shits about the betterment of your life. They don't want you to be better than them. They want to keep you small. Okay? This was not going anywhere. It wasn't a relationship that was meant to be where in a good place. And I feel like you need that reassurance of knowing that it was not meant to happen there. You know what I mean? I'm sure you know what I mean, Jellybean. I feel like you have better people coming into your life very soon, which I will flip this card very, very shortly. Okay, let's let's flip. This is from your future. We have number 3, benefactor, grace, and generosity. And it's just a beautiful card, pile 1. Which my camera will focus. There you go. All right. Absolutely beautiful energy, pile 1. So what your future is coming through to say is like, you are so supported and you have so many blessings on the way, because you're someone who really shares your gifts and gives just because, and which is why so many people come and take advantage of you, who come to try to leech off of you, right? Because they see your giving nature and they want to take advantage. Okay, so many interruptions. I apologize, pile 1. But literally, you have so many people who see how much good you give out to the world just because you have that pure heart. You have that heart of gold, literally. I keep saying literally. Do you say literally a lot? Like that? Anyways. But I feel like you give so much and you help so many people without expecting anything in return. And it is that will get you rewarded like tenfold, you know, because you are being, you know, I feel like a higher power is basically working through you in this world, in this lifetime. And that is kind of where your pure heartedness comes from. That's kind of where you are being led to do all of these things and just know that you're heavily protected and guided throughout your journey. But I do want to get additional information from tarot, from your future. What does your future self want you to know? What does your future self want me to know? Can you elaborate on this benefactor card, please? With the 4 of Pentacles reversed. This pile 1's future self. The Tower reversed. Elaborate on this benefactor card. Yeah. What does their future self want them to know, please? 3 of Swords. Just pile 1's future self. 3 of Wands. Weak. 4 of Swords reversed. In the back of your deck we have the Chariot. Okay. Pile 1. I definitely feel like you've been through so much, pile 1, and I think that you don't give yourself enough credit for how far you've come and just how much you've overcome and grown so far. I think your future self really wants you to take some time to look back through all the chapters of your life and see just how much you've grown and how much you've overcome, and just really reflect on that and take the time to realize and recognize how strong you are and how badass you are, pile 1, truly. Because you have been through so much pain and heartache and heartbreak at that, and to still come out with such a pure heart and kindness and just not letting it harden you and become, you know, someone who can definitely be tarnished by, for lack of a better word, that's the first word that came in, by some things that could really taint people, you know. I feel like you really haven't allowed the trauma to take you down those paths. Instead, you've allowed them to strengthen you, to embolden you, to give you armor, and to make you that much more compassionate and kind and pure. And it's truly something so admirable and beautiful. And just, I feel like you oftentimes may feel like you're walking around or running around like a chicken without their head, because you often don't really realize like what just happened. Like sometimes you are going through the motions of everyday life and you're wondering like, did I just do that? Did I really just, how did that happen? And I feel like sometimes you allow yourself to escape into a fantasy life, because it's easier that way. And I feel like some of that helps you to really manifest what it is that you want to come forward in your life. And I feel like the message from your future self really has a resounding, bold message of you to keep dreaming big, really, really big, and know that you can really transform into anything you want. Especially since you chose specifically the ocean Jasper octopus. An octopus can literally camouflage and take on the background or whatever. You can't see it, right? And at the same point, it can escape from like the teeny tiniest hole. So it's truly a master of escapism and getting out of, the craziest places. And I feel like you've been able to avoid and avert disasters. And at that same point, you've been through so much and have come out unscathed. Not to say that you haven't come out with, bruised, broken arms and limbs and things like that, or hearts for that matter. Definitely, but what I feel like, what I mean to say here is that you survived. You're a survivor, and you are so much stronger because of it. And I'm drawn to the word ocean and ocean jasper. And ocean jasper is used for so many things. It's a great crystal for you to have. You might be drawn to it at some point. But the ocean is so vast, and there's so much to explore. And I feel like that's kind of what your future self has for you. There's so much in store for you out there. And even with this Three of Wands, she's looking out beyond to the sea. And I feel like that's the future for you. Your future has so much in store for you. And with that being said, like, there's so much coming towards you, and there's just so much excitement surrounding here. And there's so much growth that you have come through and continue to go through. And with that coming, there's so much abundance coming for you, expansion, and you have already built so much stability within yourself. And now it's just about letting those manifestations come through, because you've been dreaming so big. And as you continue to keep dreaming big, it's just going to keep getting better from here. With the Chariot at the back of your deck, like, you're going forward in such a balanced manner. Look at that, the Emperor, and in your power, understanding like once you let go of the guilt that's been holding you back and the people that make you feel small or feel like you have to be small, there's like nothing to stop you from succeeding and going forward in all the best ways. And I feel like you're going to be so unstoppable. I'm actually hearing that song by Sia, Unstoppable, so that might be a significant song for you to listen to, pile on. And I feel like there's just so much in store for you for your future that's coming, and you are going to know like who is deserving of your energy and who isn't. And I feel like you're going to know when to like hold on to it and when to give it out, versus like always holding on to it. And I feel like with the Four of Swords coming out in the reverse, it's like it's no longer time for you to be like in waiting. It's time for you to go forward full blast gung-ho in your power. And I think it's time for you to overcome anything that has been said to you to make you feel like you're not worthy of things, and move forward. And I feel like you've been told this many times, and now it's kind of starting to hit you like, okay, I've heard this, and it's time for me to start like listening, because I'm done sitting in this like stuck energy of feeling like I'm not getting anywhere. It's time for me to take action, and that is what's happening for you, pile one, is you're taking action and moving forward, and things are changing for the better. And I'm really excited to see what's going to start popping off for you. Truly, it's just the rest is still unwritten, literally. I'm so excited. Okay, we're gonna close out with love and guidance from your higher self. So let's see, what does your higher self want you to know, pile one? Love your dark side too. I feel like this is something that people may have shamed you about, like anything, I guess, what is the right word I'm looking for? Anything that you might have like shunned or pushed aside that may have felt dark is actually part of your superpowers. And I feel like shadow work has been something that you might have been staying away from because you felt like it was something scary or something that would bring up things that made you feel ashamed of. But really, that's going to help strengthen you and make you feel that much more powerful. We have nourish coming out for you as well. I feel like you're being called to really nourish your mind, body, and soul, however you want to apply that towards you, because I feel like everybody's different, you know. Like I can sit here and tell you like you should go sit out in nature and do this or that. Like not everybody is going to feel nourished by being out in nature, because some of us feel more refreshed when we're in water versus some of us feel more refreshed when we're out in trees. You know what I mean? So take that how that applies towards you. Like some of us are better when we're eating fish versus some of us are feeling better when we're eating more like meat or chicken, something like that. So take it how that applies for you. I feel like everybody should practice grounding though in whatever way feels best for you. Celebrate the little things. I feel like you don't celebrate your wins enough. So celebrate them no matter how big or small. Seeing things for what they are. If something smells like a stinky fish and looks like a stinky fish, it probably is a stinky fish. No offense to any stinky fish, but I'm just saying, sometimes I think you try to give people the benefit of the doubt too many times. And honestly, if somebody is doing something shady, chances are they're shady. Look to nature for healing. Again, wherever nature is for you, because everybody vibes with nature differently. I'm hearing some of you don't even like nature, but literally if it starts with just a houseplant of some kind, even if it's water, okay? Water is nature. Whatever is your vibe, I feel like that's going to be very healing and cleansing for you. So that is where I'm going to leave your reading, pile one. I hope that this brought you some insights and love and guidance in all the best ways. I'm excited for you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. And if you did, please go ahead and smash the like button and comment down below. Comment down below a little egg so I know you're from pile one, and let me know how this resonated for you. I love talking stories with you in the comment section and getting to know you, and yeah, hearing all the things. I would also love it if you subscribed and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I'll also be dropping my Patreon link in case you're interested in joining our magical family there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for being here with me. I hope you're having a magical day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you soon. Bye! What's up, pile two? If you chose this beautiful Howlite snake, welcome to your reading. I feel like some of you might be going through some rebirthing energy, not just because of the snake, but some of you might even be the year of the snake, I feel like, too. So take what resonates, leave the rest. But yeah, I have a card here for each thing, so we're going to reveal them in order. here. So starting off with your past. So what does your past want you to let go of? Pile 1, we have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Wow. Okay. I feel like pile 2, some of you may deal with a lot of like needing some outside validation, self-doubt. You have like some self-deprecation energy surrounding you right now, feeling like you aren't worthy of certain things. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're shedding that skin too and trying to move into an energy of recognizing that you are worthy of the things that you're desiring and manifesting into your life. And self-affirmations might be very prevalent in your life, like you might be doing them daily, things like that. Doing them in the mirror might be really helpful, and for some of you, you might already be doing them in the mirror. Yeah, and I feel like this might be very specific, but I feel like for some of you, you could be overwatching readings or overdoing certain readings. Like you might be getting a lot of personal readings and getting too many of them, in which you're getting like conflicting advice or conflicting guidance. In which I'm hearing like the reason why you're getting conflicting advice is because I feel like your energy is going flip-flop and it's too much too soon, if that makes sense. Like you need to give your energy a break and allow things to unfold. It's like sometimes you don't. It's right here. I release the need to know all the answers. And I feel like sometimes I don't want to say our spirit team plays tricks because I don't feel like that's how it works. But I do feel like sometimes it's almost like if that's not what you want to hear, maybe we need to shift the energy and go the other way, and that's what you want instead. Even though that's not the case, if that makes sense. And again, I feel like that's really specific, like maybe 1, possibly 2 people, but so take that only if it resonates, because that's really obscure. Can we clarify this doubt card? 9 of Wands reverse. And the number 1, the creature or the magician. What? 7 of Pentacles. What does pile 2's past want them to let go of? The Hierophant reversed. 1 more. And the Page of Swords reversed. Okay, that's kind of funny. The Ace of Wands are at the back. I'll explain in just a second. Somebody is being sarcastic. So pile 2. I laugh because the Page of Swords reversed. This is like somebody who's overlooking, like overdoing, trying to spy and get all the information, and they're not finding the answers that they need, even though the answer's like right in front of them. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening is like, for some of you, you need to let go of needing to find the answers. You know, sometimes the answer's just within you. And other times too, I feel like with the Hierophant coming out before in the reverse, there are certain answers that you just don't need to know, you know. And I feel like that's really frustrating for some people, especially when we just like, come on, can you just tell us? It's almost like the kid on Christmas, like before Christmas, like, what's in this box, what's in my present, what am I gonna get, and it's like, once you tell them, it's really disappointing for the child, because it's like because like when you know what all your presents are and you open them on Christmas, there's no element of surprise, and that takes away the magic of it all, you know. And I feel like that's kind of the fine line that you're walking, pile 2. For some of you, I feel like not all of you is going to apply to, which this energy is so interesting. So bear with me as I navigate this. But I feel like there's, for a lot of you, because you're going through such a transformation and there's so much going on, there are times where you want to know the answers and times where you don't want to know the answers, and then you go flip-flopping on it. So I think like sometimes you give yourselves tension headaches, tension migraines, you might clench your jaw a lot, you might find yourself holding your breath every now and then, and I think like sometimes you just want to let go of certain things. You want to put down the fences and just be. And I think releasing control of certain aspects, but for some of you it's ingrained so much. I'm getting like very Virgo-y energy too. So just some of you don't really know how to necessarily let go of the steering wheel, you know what I mean? And let someone else drive. I feel like it's just embedded in your mind, and other parts of you just want to be elsewhere and zone out, and kind of like the Seven of Pentacles where you just, your mind is elsewhere, you know? But I think your past really wants you to let go of any doubt that you are not able to do things, that you are not able to go forward and create whatever it is that you are trying to create, whether it be the life of your dreams, whether it be, you know, the manifestation that you're trying to bring in, a good relationship, or be the partner that you want to be for your person, or things like that, or if you want to attain a certain position in your career, something of that matter, you know, like whatever this is, letting go of the doubt that you have to know how to get there and be able to predict any type of bump in the road and have all the answers as to how to solve all the problems before they even arise. And when really, like, you're kind of manifesting all the bad things before they can even happen because you're too busy thinking about the what if situations versus like focusing on what's right in front of you. You know, while it's very good to be prepared, I feel like Pile too. Sometimes you need to just release control and release the need to have every bit handled, every bit covered, and allowing other people to take the wheel. And I feel like too, with the Seven of Pentacles, just giving yourself some grace and some patience, and giving it to other people wouldn't be too bad either. But I feel like more so for yourself, you know, allowing yourself to do things a little bit differently versus like the way that you have been this whole time. I don't know why I feel like this is with the Hierophant coming out in the reverse with the Page of Swords. I feel like this has a lot to do with like doing things the same way, your way all the time, or by the book or something like that, and expecting things to change or an outcome to become different even though you're doing things exactly the same way. Like that's insanity, you know what I mean? And so what you're being asked to let go of is doubt. You know, let go of doubt that if you change it, if you do something differently, you know, that you will fail. Like, no, you won't. You might get the result that you've been looking for. You know, you might succeed. And so, why not try that? And I feel like that leads me to the present here, which is, here we go, glass box, all eyes on you, scrutiny, entrapment, attention. And I feel like maybe that has a lot to do with like why there's so much pressure that I feel like is building up here, why you feel like you need to have control, why you feel like you need to do everything, because there's so many eyes on you. Maybe there's a lot of pressure being put on you in which you have to perform or you have to do this or that. So there's this need to perform, there's this need to do it and be all the things. But I also feel like for a lot of you, this doubt stems from, like I said, having that validation, that outside validation. Those feelings of unworthiness stem from like that inner child wound that you might have had growing up, in which, you know, you were held to such a high standard, and if you didn't get the best grade or you weren't the top in the class or whatever, you didn't get this or that. I don't know why I keep seeing what is it called, Black Swan, the movie Black Swan, where her mom, Natalie Portman's mom, was like she had to be perfect so she could be the Black Swan, blah blah blah. And like there were so many eyes on her. She had so much doubt about, you know, how skinny she was, if she had the right feet for it and the right look and all of these things. And all of that consumed her. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening here. And please, if you are struggling with your mental health, please seek out professional help. If you need to, I highly, highly recommend, please. But without a doubt, I feel like you have this energy of like feeling like there's so much pressure on you, and you have all of this inner voice, inner monologue going off in your head and feeling like you're not worthy or you're not good enough and you have to do this or that. So you might struggle with a lot of anxiety, a lot of self-doubt. You might have struggled with eating disorders and things of that nature. And I feel like and I'm so sorry, trigger warning. I will put a trigger warning in the video as well. But as someone who has been there and struggled with eating disorders, I know it's not easy to just stop, you know. It's not easy to just quiet the noise and tell them to be quiet and go away, and like it's a process. And it's definitely not just you. It's outside noise, it's outside people, it's pressure, it's society, it's a culmination of things that combine to contribute to all of these things. And I feel like Pile 2, you have been healing and working through all of these things, and it almost feels like there are so many people in your life who are scrutinizing you, who are watching your every move. And it could be because you have gone through this, you've been healing through this, and now they're watching you like a hawk, like, are you going to do it again? What if you do it again? What if you revert back to this or that? And it's like, well, you're trying to heal and you're trying to grow and you're trying to move past this, and now there's doubt within that aspect of your life. So where is there ever like hope and faith in your life, you know? And that's really frustrating, right? So what does your present self want you to know? Two of Cups reversed. We have the Two of Wands reversed. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Ooh. The Ace of Cups. One more. Just your present. Just take the top. Queen of Swords. Okay. The back of your deck is the Empress. Oh, amazing. Okay, Pile 2. I definitely feel like your present self is like going through all the things in terms of like trying to heal and overcome, cutting off ties with people who are not in, who don't have your highest and greatest good in mind. And I feel like you meet someone and you know, if you don't see a good future with them, you're cutting it off, you're letting it go. And I feel like not only not only does that apply romantically, but also platonically, also in business. If you don't see anything panning out, you don't bother wasting your time. And it's not something that you've always done, but this is definitely something that you're shifting into and learning how to become your own person, how to stand in your own power. Because I feel like for a long time, you did not really know what that looked like. And I feel like because so many eyes are on you, it was really hard for you to maintain a feeling of independence and knowing who you are, because it was almost like people told you who you were, you know, made that identity for you, when in fact, like, you know, you always were you. It's just a matter of finding you, you know. Does that make sense? And I feel like your present self is like here to tell you it's time to really pour into your cup. And I think to continue doing that, continue pouring love into yourself. Continue to really see yourself for who you are and cut the bullshit, you know, cut the bullshit out of your life and let them go. Let those people go. They're not to say that everybody in your life is bullshit or toxic or anything like that, because there are great people in your life. Don't get me wrong. But as far as like the people who don't have your best interests at heart, you're saying goodbye to those people and making room for the good people in your life. I also feel like there is a connection here to your divine feminine coming through with the Empress at the back of your deck, which I want to flip this card. This represents your higher self. Wow. We have the Swan. This is beautiful. And I love the confirmation with that, the Black Swan movie coming through as well. So the Swan represents this effortless creativity that you have. I'm hearing she's beauty and she's grace. She's Miss United States. This congeniality. So again, this is just energy. It doesn't matter what you identify as. We're all inclusive here. So it doesn't mean you're a female or anything. But I do feel like this is just about you having this grace and this power, and about you really understanding who you are and reflecting on how far you've come and seeing who you are. Like, I'm hearing Reflection by Christina Aguilera from Mulan. So Mulan might be a very significant movie for you. Really seeing who you are and recognizing who you are, and not having to pretend to be someone else in order to have the approval of somebody, in order to fit in. And I feel like when Mulan becomes oh my gosh, I'm blanking out on the name. I know it's not Po. It's not Po. Po is the panda bear from Kung Fu Panda. Anyways, I'm fired. But really just recognizing who you truly are and knowing that like you can be loved and accepted as you are. And it's just about discovering who you are and speaking up for yourself. There's a message here as well in which your inner voice has a message that needs to be heard and shared with the world. And I feel like your higher self is coming through to tell you that you're worthy of those things. You don't need to feel like you have to fit into someone else's box. No, you're meant to be outside of that box. You know, you're not meant to fit in any one box. You're outside of that box. So pile 2, I feel like you need to truly see how worthy you are. And just like the moon, you know, no matter what phase you're in, you're always whole. Okay, moving into your future though, we have number 4, caterpillar opportunity. This is cute. A very Alice in Wonderland feeling, I feel like too. You might be very drawn to that movie. I'm hearing, I believe in 6 impossible things before breakfast. I tend to always hear that when I get triggered by that. So dreaming really big is very important for you, pile 2. But definitely, we talked about transformation, being that you picked the Howlite snake. This is what this card talks about: transformation and opportunities. So you're going through a lot of transformations, but you're being called to revise your dreams, basically. So if something looks familiar, it's time for you to stop and turn around and go the other way. It was like I said earlier, in how you doing the same thing and expecting different results is insanity. That's basically what this card talks about. You know, it's like you don't need permission to do the unexpected, to do something totally outside of the box. Let all the people who are watching you watch, and you know, wait for the right time, the right opportunity to decide to burst your magic out onto the scene and make your move. And that is when the right moment will be to make your home. You know what I mean? And I feel like what your future self is coming through to say is like, you're building the foundation for your manifestations to be laid, and a solid one at that. And I feel like it's really about you seizing the day, you know, seizing the moment. And being that it's a caterpillar, not just a caterpillar, but a caterpillar, I feel like there's so much magic surrounding you as well. Luck is on your side, pile 2. But let's get more clarity on this. What is pile? We have the Hanged Woman. This pile 2's future self want them to know. Can you clarify this caterpillar card? Four of Swords reversed. This pile 2's future self want them to know. 10 of Wands reversed. The Moon. Ace of Wands. And you also have Temperance coming out, which I'll take. Back of your deck is the 9 of Pentacles reversed. All right, pile 2. So it definitely feels like your future self is telling you to surrender to the right time. Definitely with the Hanged Woman coming out here. We had that Empress card come out earlier for you in your present energy at the back of the deck, and I feel like this is about really nurturing yourself and being ready to receive the things that are unfolding for you and trusting in the right timing to make your move, to cut yourself down and to go forward. Same with the Four of Swords in the reverse here. I feel like your future self is just like, be ready, but you don't need to take action all the time, every time. Letting yourself be unburdened of responsibilities that are not yours, and especially of other people's opinions. I feel like that is something that really needs to be unburdened from you. With the Moon coming out here as well, I feel like there are so many hidden secrets that are going to start to come to light, in which is really going to allow yourself to free yourself of, again, other people's opinions, because those who mind don't matter, those who matter don't mind. And I feel like those secrets are going to come to the surface and really allow you to walk away from those people in general. And I think like with the Ace of Wands here, it's going to allow you to have a fresh start, a fresh beginning, a new opportunity that really ignites and sparks a fire within you and allows you to go forth in a balanced and aligned way that makes you feel at peace and no longer feeling like, you know, you're trapped, no longer feeling like, you know, rather than having this entrapment scrutiny energy, it's good energy. It's the eyes on you that you want. It's like the attention, kind of the fame attention that's on you. And rather than feeling like you have no independence, we're going to shift out of this into having all the things that we want with the Nine of Cups at the back of that. And the Knight of Cups here, you're going to have people coming towards you, making these new offers to come into your life, to whether it be a love offering for some of you. I do feel like there is going to be romance coming ahead. And for others of you, this is going to be new friendships coming into your life as well. New soul connections, where previous soul connections have fallen away. Now you're going to have new ones, and you're no longer going to feel like you were isolated, and you know, all those times where you were isolated and feeling like you were alone in the cold. I think like that time of reflection and being on your own has really allowed you to see who you truly are and who you are on your own, so that you know who you're going to vibe with when new people come into your life. And having that patience in your life is going to really help you see who's in your life to compete with you and cause conflict, and who's in your life with you truthfully to be with you for the long run, to be with you to build something that's going to be a life of happiness and contentment, and to really collaborate with you for great things. And I think like there's so many things to be said about, you know, people who just want to talk shit about you, who just want to be a part of you, to know your business so that they can talk shit about you to other people. And like releasing the doubt that there are people in your life only to surround you and scrutinize you under a microscope, but also people around you who want to support you and be there for you and cheer you on. And I think like that's really important for you to know from your future self. I think it's important for you to know like it's okay for you to step outside of your box and be you and shine through on that. And like I said, speak your truth. Be you and allow yourself to shine through. Allow yourself to be powerful and step into this graceful swan that you really are, because people are just intimidated by you, honestly. They want you to doubt yourself because they're intimidated. Oh boy, I just dropped all the cards. Hold on. Okay. What is pile two's higher self? Love and guidance from pile two's higher self, please. We have staying alive, definitely. You need to shine. Deep intuition, trusting in your intuition. I feel like that's not a coincidence. Like I didn't touch on it because I wasn't sure, but trust in your intuition, pile two. Do not doubt it. I doubted myself there, and now this is confirmation. Don't doubt your intuition. Trust in that deep intuition. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. And you need to get some rest. Allow yourself some rest. Get some good shut-eye. And do what helps you to rest at night. Like with the staying alive card coming out, the very first thing that came to my mind was that song, that really old song, Staying Alive. And it makes me feel like dancing all the time. So I feel like it's about you shining and dancing it out, staying alive, and be gentle with yourself. So that's where I'm going to leave your reading, pile two. I hope you guys enjoyed it and understand, like, there's so many great things coming for you. And I'm excited for what's unfolding. And I hope you are too. And if you guys enjoyed it, please go ahead and smash the like button and comment down below a swan emoji so I know you're from pile two. Let me know how this resonated for you and what's going on, because I love talking stories with you in the comment section and getting to know your stories, all that good stuff. And if you would like to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat, I'll be dropping my Patreon link in case you're interested in joining our magical family there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a magical day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you soon. Bye! What's up, pile three? If you chose this ghosty, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and put him right over here, and we're going to dive right on in. I feel like some of you might be able to see ghosties, might be able to see earthbounds. Take it if it resonates. Yeah, I just feel like it. For others of you, might be, I just heard, nah, I'm just getting ghosted right now. So sorry if you are. That sucks. Just know they're not worth it, guys. Okay, they're not worth it. I have a card for each area, so we're going to just organize a little bit here, pile three. But we're going to start with your past energy. What does your past self want you to let go of? This is present, higher self, future. So, loneliness. Oh, I know that I am never alone, which is also scary, being that you can see ghosties, because you kind of know that. I just heard I see dead people. Okay, it's not funny. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I did not mean it that way. I'm sorry. If you know my humor, you get it. But pile three. Wow. You guys might be my magical pile. Anyways. What your past wants you to let go of is, of course, loneliness. What does that even mean? It means you may have a lot of, not even a lot of, but you may have abandonment issues in which you know, you have been abandoned in your life and have that trauma that you're healing from. This could be from your parents, this could be from a loved one in general. Having to heal from that trauma isn't easy, and it's definitely not something that's like one and done. It's not like you heal from it and you're like, okay, all done, all better. Like, no, it comes up all the time, and it's never ending. The healing is never, ever, ever ending. But you need to know that you're never alone. You're always all good. And I feel like the light blue, these are not chakra cards. I feel like I say that a lot, but the light blue makes me think of throat chakra, okay, which is actually associated with communication and expressing yourself. But what people don't often hear as well is it's also associated with love. Because we communicate love, right? We express love, and it's also inspiration. So I feel like you're very inspiring, and I feel like you're somebody who, despite being someone of, you know, having these abandonment traumas, you are someone who gives love so easily and has such a pure heart. And I feel like you connect to people very well. You might not consider yourself a people person, or necessarily like being social by any means, but I feel like you do connect with people very well, and you're someone who people, like, you may find like strangers have an easy time opening up to you. I feel like you guys may be empathic at that as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if you were gifted in some way, whether it be some sort of clair gift, mediumship. Like I said, you can see earthbound, stuff like that. This is pile 3's past want them to let go of. Pile 3 need to let go of in their past. The Hermit reversed. The Star. The Fates. This pile 3 needs to let go of. The High Priestess reversed. The Queen of Swords. Back of your deck is the Four Swords reversed. Okay. Pile 3. Wow. You nearly have all majors. Whew, this is interesting. What I feel like is happening here for your past is what you need to let go of. When people have left you or hurt you in a way that made you feel abandoned, it had nothing to do with you by any means. It had nothing to do with your value, your worth, none of that, and everything to do with them. And I think you need to recognize that you were always a star. You always will be a star. And you will always shine bright like a star. And though people may have cut you down and hurt you and made you feel less than, that's a whole reflection on them and not you. And I think, like, despite how many times people may have told you this, how many readings you may have had that have said this to you, it doesn't necessarily make it that much easier or make you feel that much better. And I feel like what you really need to know from your past in terms of letting go of this abandonment is like knowing that you're never going to be able to truly let it go, but know that you were never alone. Know that you are never worthless and never just a piece of trash to be thrown out, despite somebody who has maybe chosen someone else over you. This could be like a parent figure choosing their partner over you. This could be a parent leaving you behind to go do something else. This could be a lover who's cheated on you. And this can come in many forms, obviously. And like, it sucks to say, I mean, for lack of a better way of saying it, but in plain terms, it sucks. And it is the most lonely and isolating feeling in the world to go through. Because there are certain times and points in your life where you don't talk about it. You don't go crying to someone about it, and you kind of just deal with it on your own. But what you really need to let go of is that feeling that it's going to keep happening, that feeling that you're going to keep finding a partner who's going to hurt you, who's going to make you feel like worthless and like they're going to leave you and not make you feel safe. It's that feeling of like not feeling safe with someone or secure and not being able to trust in your intuition. Like, are they doing this? Are they doing that? And it sucks because it's not even them. It's just a trauma, a trigger that you have. And I feel like your past self really wants you to let go of that and feeling like you can trust in yourself. You can trust in the fact that not everybody is going to be that way, and trust in seeing yourself as a star, and trust that someone is going to value you as you are, which is a star, and see you for who you are. And there is divine work at play in bringing you such person into your life. And for those of you who are not looking for a partner, maybe you already have such partner, then you know that you are in a safe and secure relationship, and maybe these things come up for you and you have to deal with it, and you're wondering if you can trust these things and know that you are safe, and finding those securities and knowing that you're never alone. And maybe, you know, you're just dealing with traumas from childhood, things like that. And I don't mean to say just as if they're downplayed or minimized by any means, so I do apologize. I don't mean to say it that way. But what I mean to say here is that you are on the way to healing even better because you have found someone who sees you, who values you, and you can rest easier knowing that it's okay. So let's move into your future energy. Not future, excuse me, your present energy. We have Rainbow Road. You are on the right path. Higher self, alignment, authenticity. And I feel like you guys have been doing a lot of soul work, a lot of shadow work, a lot of healing in general. And you might be feeling very slow and steady kind of energy. Maybe not even slow and steady, but actually just feeling like not moving at all. And that energy comes from like gestation, kind of like I'm kind of being called to something I saw earlier. I don't remember what it was exactly. I just remember the message behind it, and that was that sometimes when the butterfly comes out of the cocoon, it needs time to dry off its wings before it can actually fly away, you know? So the transformation is done. You're out of your cocoon, but you can't just up and fly away. Your wings are still wet. It needs time to dry out before you can start flying. And I feel like that's kind of where you're at right now, pile 3. It's like you've turned into the butterfly, but your wings are wet, my dear. You've got to wait a little longer, and it feels like nothing's happening. It feels like you're not doing anything and you're just stuck. But really, this is like the calm before the beautiful amazingness that is the rainbow, and you're gonna fly. And it's just about you drying off your wings before you do so. So it's absolutely amazing, and you're on the right path, and just trust and believe in that you're on the right path. So let's get some messages here from your present. Whoa. Oh boy. Saved it. Okay, so what? Oh, that was almost disastrous. Okay. Cool. 6 of Cups. Okay. It says pile 3's present. Self want them to know. 6 of Pentacles. Just this, the Empress. This is pile 3. 10 of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords reversed. Back of the deck is the Eight of Wands. Okay. So your present self, I feel like this is really cool. You're on the right path, and I feel like you need to recognize, like, there's soul connections coming into your life and people who will be generous with you as this happens. I feel like you are somebody who is so giving to other people. You're going to start to see that being reciprocated towards you, and not just because you were doing it either, because I feel like you are someone who gives out of the goodness of your heart, not expecting anything in return. And because of that, you're going to start to see it happening to you. You just attract that kind of goodness into your life. So be mindful that you may attract some leeches and negative haters. You know, it's the nature of the game, unfortunately. And I do feel like you're stepping into this divine feminine energy of receiving and just loving on yourself and nurturing, and just allowing yourself to nurture and heal and love on yourself. You are on the right path. Again, I'm just feeling like that is a resounding message from your present self, and trusting in the connections and nurturing those connections. I feel like you really have a good handle on, you know, who is in your life for a good reason and who should not be, and things like that. And like, should new people come in, I feel like you can trust your discernment as far as like who should not be there and who should be there. You know what I mean? With the Ten of Pentacles, you've been working really hard towards attaining the future that you are carving in your path, and things are going to start to pop off for you in a very, very quick way. And I think you're going to start to see that happening very soon, if not already. With the Ace of Swords reversed, I feel like you can't trust necessarily the things that are happening. Either because things have been happening very slowly in your life, or because like you've made a few misjudgments previously and you feel like you're unsure, you know. But just know, like, you are human, having a human experience, and things happen, mistakes happen. And I feel too, with this cloudiness of judgment that you might be feeling here with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, it'll clear up. I do feel like your your present self is just kind of going through the motions. You're having a little bit of anxiety with all of the things going on, and you're kind of here wondering, like, am I on the right path? Like, yes, you are on the right path. So let's kind of flip over this person card to see what your energy, what is your higher self, which I'm excited for. This is the Buffalo. Very cool energy. Awesome. The Buffalo is a really cool card to get, by the way. This talks about being very balanced, so spiritual yet grounded, very logical yet big dreamer, you know, like there's so much balance in the Buffalo. And because of how much growth you've experienced and how much healing and things that you've gone through over the last year, maybe 2-3 years or whatever it is, you're someone who sees challenges and obstacles as opportunities for growth and experiences, and you're therefore like very fearless when it comes to that kind of thing. So there's so much energy surrounding you in terms of like stepping into your power, and I feel like your higher self is like, yes, we've got this, you know. So really embodying that energy and trusting, like, you're a badass, pile 3. Honestly, your higher self is like, yeah, we've got this, it's no sweat. Honestly, that is the feeling here, because I feel like you've been through the ringer. I feel like you may have felt failure before and felt like you did not know shit about what you were doing before, and you're like, I'm not sure. And that's kind of where this misjudgment comes from, with the Ace of Swords there. But like, really, I feel like you're fearless. You're fierce competition, and you're somebody that like other people are worried about if they have to come up against you in a competition, that kind of energy. Like I said, with all this 5 energy, you might be seeing 555, so lots of big changes coming into your life very soon, very, very soon. But 6s as well coming up for you a lot, which is a lot about love, harmony. You might be manifesting in a soulmate of some kind. This doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but for a lot of you, I definitely feel like it could be. Okay. We're going to reveal this card. 23 also consists of 5. So number of challenge, obstacles, overcoming those things, but also knowledge, action, experience, and I think you're using that to your advantage. But this is Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing, which is a beautiful card, pile 3. So beautiful, in fact, that I'm excited to talk about it with you as soon as I collect these cards, because we're going to shuffle and clarify with tarot. But really, pile 3, this is really about your luck and right timing, right? That's what it says right there. But you have the golden touch, the magic touch, and whatever you touch turns to gold, essentially. And this is about you being reminded, like, not to waste such power. With great power comes great responsibility. That's what I'm hearing. So Spider-Man, you know, that kind of energy. You might like superheroes. You might be a super nerd like me, which is awesome. Hello, welcome to the club. But anyways, I'm talking really fast because I'm excited. Breathe. Okay. This is about you dreaming big. You are definitely my magical pile. I'm channeling that song again. The Greatest Showman. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. Okay, I'm not going to ruin your ears because I can't sing. Actually, I'm going to stop saying stuff like that. I can sing, just not the best singer in the world. But anyways, that is the song I'm hearing for you guys, pile 3. And it's about really dreaming big and understanding, like, these dreams are possible, okay? Because a million dreams are keeping us awake, and that's what's happening for you guys. And if you use it for the good of others, then your benefit will be returned to you times 10, pile 3. And I feel like I talked about this earlier too with you guys, that you do things for others without expecting things in return. And that's kind of what this is, you know, like doing things for the benefit of others without expecting it. But because you do it that way, you just know that it's going to be returned to you tenfold. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But doing things for other people and expecting something in return times 10, like, what is the point of that? You know what I mean? I feel like you're going to do it for others because you want to, or you don't. You know what I mean? It just is, or it isn't. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like I'm saying what it is, and it is a lot, but I feel like you get it or you don't, you know? Anyways, does pile 3's future self want them to know? 2 of Cups. Does pile 3's future self want them to know? We have the 7 of Cups. What does pile... 9 of Cups. Does pile 3's... You can hear my dog, sorry. What does pile 3's future self want them to know? Does pile 3's future... Queen of Cups. One more, please. What's this pile 3's? 6 of Wands. Back of your deck, we have 3 of Pentacles. Alright. Pile 3. Alright, pile 3. Your future self is sharing, like, new connections are coming into your life, and this could definitely be romantic for some of you. This is not meant to be a love reading, but for those of you who are manifesting a soulmate of some kind, they're coming in. And I don't want to designate the word soulmate for some of you, but this could be a divine connection for some of you. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It's for you to decide. But definitely a soul connection of some kind. And opportunities may be coming towards you. I feel like this is something that you've been dreaming about for sure, and something that may have been a part of your dreams for quite some time. I feel like these are things that I'm seeing, like a vision board, so things that have been on your vision board are coming to fruition, and I feel like these are things that have been a part of your heart space, a part of your heart's desires, and they're coming to light. And for some of you, This is about getting the recognition and the stardom or the fame in your area of expertise or the area of work that you are doing, the industry that you're in, or something like that. And for others of you, this is somebody, this could also be like the person that you are manifesting into your life is well known in whatever industry that they work in, and they're coming towards you to actually work with you and collaborate with you and bring you love and things like that. And I feel like this is a long-lasting partnership as well, and it turns into like a romance of some sort. So take what resonates and apply it to you as it does, because I do feel like they helped you to see your value and your worth with the Ace of Cups behind that. And I think like there's a lot to be said there when it comes to, you know, relationships in your life that have fallen apart or have been maybe, how do I say this? Not the best in terms of like, you know, somebody was always a workaholic or not there for you, things like that. I feel like this is someone who very much is openly communicating with you in terms of understanding your love language and being there for you and reciprocating and things like that. And I feel like it goes both ways. I do feel like this has a lot to do with being on the same page in terms of having big dreams and feeling like you see one another for who you are and understanding one another for who you are at that. It could be a slow burn too. You know, what I mean by slow burn is I mean like the passion is there and ignited, but I feel like it's not something that's quickly snuffed out, if that makes sense. I feel like this is something that you know is going to last, and it's not something that you have to work super hard at to make it work, if that makes sense. It's going to feel like effortless with your relationship with this person, which might be something that you're not used to. You know what I mean? So don't fight it. Just kind of trust in that. Yeah. And I love how, I mean, this deck might have a lot of butterflies in it in general, but I do feel like butterflies might be a very significant thing for the two of you. Yeah. Let's finish off with love and guidance from your higher self, pile 3. Let's love and guidance from pile 3's higher self, please. We have be gentle with yourself. Exactly. You can hear my dog snoring at the door. Be gentle with yourself. You are healing and growing. Pile 3. Give yourself some grace. When you least expect. I love how it's a 4-leaf clover too. So I feel like there's something lucky going to be dropping into your life. I don't know why I'm feeling like Irish might be. I just heard like Irish might be significant. So maybe St. Patrick's Day or something like that. We have make space for it. So again, this is about letting go of people or situations, places that may not be for you anymore. And then we have see with eyes of love. See, which I think you already do. So that is where I'm going to leave your reading, pile 3. I'm so excited for you guys. Honestly, I don't even know. Wow. But thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope that this brought you guidance and insight. And if you guys enjoyed it, please go ahead and smash the like button and comment down below a ghost emoji so I know you're from pile 3. Let me know how this resonated for you. I love talking stories with you and getting to know you in the comment section. So I look forward to that with you guys. And yeah, if you guys would like to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat, I will be dropping my Patreon link down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a magical day or night whenever you're watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.